So for those of you who don't run bare metal Linux, this is how you go about the installation of Linux in the VMware. So in this case, I'm using VMware. You can decide to use any other virtual machine application. But in this tutorial, I'm using VMware. So you would hit File, click on New Virtual Machine, and that should open here, pop up. You should see that screen is soon. Okay, then you go to Next. Then you go to the location. You have your ISO file. So in this case, we want to install Ubuntu. So I'm going to click this one. So make sure you select this. That's the option that will give you the chance to select the ISO you want. Then you click on Next. Then you can set up your username. So I can say Dreamer. Then the password could be anything. Then go to Next. Then you can change the name. So let's say Dreamer Ubuntu. Then you can go to Next. Then here, make sure you select something greater than 50 gigabytes. So I think 70 gigabytes will be okay. And you selecting this, so this doesn't really matter in this regard. So I'm just going to leave the default there and change the size on this. The disk size, that will be 70 gigabyte. Then here, make sure you come in here. If your CPU has more cores, you can allocate at least 4 to it. But make sure you don't allocate more, or else it's going to deprive your host operating system of resources, making it slow, and you don't want that. Go to this, then just close it. And then the RAM 2, depending on the RAM you have on your system, you'd select the appropriate one. So in this case, I have 12 GB RAM, so I'm allocating 4 gigabytes here. If you have 8, maybe 3 will be fine. 4 will also be fine. That is, it means that you'd not be running any other application when you're running the VM. Okay, so I'm going to close this. So that's the RAM, the memory there. So I'm going to close this. Then hit on Finish. Now, make sure that while you are doing the installation, you are connected to the internet. There are some other tools that need to be downloaded from the internet. So make sure you are connected to the internet. Okay, so we are done copying the files into our virtual machine. In this case, I have Ubuntu installed, and so I'm going to open the files or the file manager. I did copy it into the documents folder. Then here you right click and you click on Open a Terminal. Then you're going to type out tar-xvf, then Xilinx, then hit Tab to complete it. Then you're going to hit Enter. At this point, it's going to extract the files. And I'm going to fast forward this part when it's done and continue with the installation process. Now, mind you, your mileage will be different depending on the resources you allocate to the virtual machine you created. And so, in this case, I allocated 4 CPU cores to it and 4 gigs of RAM. Depending on the specifications you have, you would be allocating different resources to your virtual machine. Okay, so I'll catch you when this is actually done. Alright, so after you're done with the extraction, you cd into the folder that was created. So you do Xilinx, you do cd Xilinx, and hit enter. Now you'd have to install a certain library that's it's dependent on. So you do sudo apt install lib n curses 5, hit enter. It asks for your password, input your password, hit enter. Then mind you should be connected to the internet before you do this. Then now you do sudo x setup, then hit enter. It should open a window for you. Then you click on next, accept all the terms and conditions. Then at this window, click on ISE Design Suite Logic Edition. Click on next. Then you can leave this to be the default settings. You click on next. Then you can change the location. If you are installing it on a real bare metal Linux operating system, then probably you might want to change this, but I advise that you don't change it, just retain the default here. Click on next, then you install. And so after the installation is done, I'll include the license so you see how that's also done. Alright, so the installation is now done. You hit on finish. Okay, so now to launch the program, you'd have to go to your home directory. Then you can do source/opt, then Xilinx 14.7 ISE-DS. Then you use the settings 64. Now if you're using anything that's Debian based, like Ubuntu, Elementary OS, or anything that's based on Debian, you'd have to use the .sh. That means you're using bash. Okay, then you hit on enter. Now you just have to type ISE, and that should launch the program. It will take some time to open, so just be patient. So as you can see, it's opening now. And there's a part where we're going to add the license, and you see how that's done in a GFA. Okay, so we have it up and running. So it says the license was not found for the ISE feature, blah blah blah. So click on OK. And then it's going to open this window, and this way you'd add your license. Alright, so once again, you need to go to your host operating system, so copying the license file and paste it into your guest operating system. And so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I've copied that. I just click here and I'll paste it. Now you will have these features if you install the guest operating system while connected to the internet, at least when you use VMware. I'm pretty sure VirtualBox and the other virtual machine applications also have that feature. Alright, so you go to manage licenses. You go to load license, then you locate your license, and in our case we have it in documents, so I'll click on that and we'll do open. And line says installation was successful. And now you see all the portions that were red initially are now, okay, most of them are now green. Then you can close this now. Okay, so now it means that you have a running ISE and you can say project, well, a new project. And then name it anything, happy, green, right. Hit your next. Then in this case, select button 3. The FPGA is available in the school. Yes, button 3. So just select button 3 and can keep this default settings. The VHDL can select 93 or 1000X. Oh, sorry, 200X. Click on next, then hit on finish. Come here, select that, and hit VHDL module. So let's say something, and hit it next. So I'm just going to quickly write something here. It's going to be an AND gate with 2 inputs. So just write your port here, A, B. So your input standard logic. So it means that these inputs will be 1 bit wide, and C should be our output and standard logic. There. All right. You have to remove this from here and close the parentheses. All right. So then here we're going to do that A and B. I'll align that properly. Okay. So this should be saved. There's no error. Get a timing diagram. Simulate. No errors should be recorded or reported. Then your timing diagram should open like so. Alright, so this is your timing diagram. And so yeah, that's how you do the installation. If you're facing any challenge, contact your class reps or contact this watch here to get to me, and I can help you fix the issue. Alright.